Hello everybody, it's Dylan from Yugioh Everything, and welcome to another cast list analysis for Yu-Gi-Oh! VRains. This is the Episode 3 cast list analysis, and we have a lot of information, and there is a crazy amount of characters. This is by far the coolest cast list we have gotten up to this point, and I cannot wait to talk to you about this down below. So here it is. We are going to start, first of all, thank you to DMC for translating. We are going to start with the summary. Yusaku begins to examine the information hidden in the mysterious life form. On the other hand, after his duel against one of the knights in the network, he became famous as the hero who saved Link VRains. Learning that the life form is with Playmaker, Soul Technologies comes up with a plan to take it back. In order to defeat the Playmaker, Soul Technologies security chief Akira Zaizen contacts Go Onizuka, a popular charisma duelist in Link VRains. First of all, I just did a podcast. I do a podcast whenever we get the preliminary summaries, and I had someone on that podcast named Sora, and he literally called this. He literally said Soul Technology was going to hire Go Onizuka, and that is one of the best predictions that I have ever heard of on one of my podcasts, because it came true literally about a week later. So kudos to him. Phenomenal prediction there. Soul Tech is going to hire Go Onizuka. Before we get more into that, I'm going to read you the cast, and again, a lot of new names. Fujiki Yusaku, Mysterious Life Form, Kusanagi, Naoki, Go, Aoi, Akira, Emma, Revolver, Dr. Kogami, Spectre, Knight of Hanoi, Rook, Knight, Bishop, Cairo / Hato, I don't even know how to say that name, Robapi, and extras. Now, Cairo and Robapi, maybe they are AI names like Ignis, even though they still have Ignis under Mysterious Life Form. I have no idea, but it's interesting because we saw the chess pieces in the background when Bishop was talking. We have Rook, we have Knight, and you'd imagine the real people behind the Soul Technology are the King and Queen chess pieces. So that just confirms that there are more chess pieces besides Bishop. That is really, really cool. We also have Dr. Kogami. I don't know if that is... I don't know who that could be. Maybe it is one of the... Maybe it's... I don't know. I was going to say one of the Zaizen's parents or Yusaku's parents, but it's a different last name, so it can't be. Maybe it is Revolver in his human form. Maybe it is Revolver's father or something along those lines. Probably not. It could just be... It's just interesting that they put him between... Revolver and Spectre, which makes me think that he is a Knight of Hanoi, or he's working for the Knights of Hanoi, and maybe he is someone who's developing new technology for the Knights of Hanoi, or not really technology, but someone who's developing, yeah, I guess technology. When you think doctor, you more think medicine, but I mean, we know of the doctor in Arc 5 who created that virus that, you know, controlled minds and stuff, so usually the term doctor, at least from Arc 5, doesn't necessarily mean, great person. Usually it means the exact opposite, at least in Arc 5's case. Maybe not in 5D's case with, Yusei's dad being a doctor, but that is it. That's an interesting name, and Kogami, again, is a last name that we are completely unfamiliar with. And everything else is kind of what we'd expect. We have Emma speaking, and they put Emma right between Akira and Revolver. It'll be interesting to see if Emma is maybe working for Soul Tech based... Again, I still don't think she is. I think she's going to be kind of rogue. I think she's going to be doing her own thing. And then right below Bishop, we have Cairo and Robapi, who, again, I have no idea. I don't even think I'm pronouncing it right. Cairo / Hato. And I just wonder if those three, because Cairo and Hato, maybe they're different people. And I just wonder if those three are possibly some of the AIs, and we're going to get, and maybe when Yusaku examines the information inside the mysterious life form, which is already going to happen in this episode, he's going to defeat the Knight in episode 2, so we know he's going to beat the Knight. So even though in that preview, it looks like he's dropping his cards and falling off his duel board in the episode 2 preview, it doesn't matter. He's still going to somehow come out on top, and you wonder if these three are the AIs, and maybe Yusaku gets a message from the AIs that, look, you have to help us, you have to save us, and that's going to be Yusaku's next goal. Of course, at the end of episode 3, or maybe at the beginning of episode 4, standing in his way will be Go Onizuka. Now, when I first read this, I was like, I kind of lost a bit of respect for Go, because, like, why are you working with Soul Technology? They seem to be a very sketchy company, and they're corporate, and usually corporate in Yu-Gi-Oh! Doesn't really coincide with good things. But Go is someone who's interested in Yusaku, and he might see this as a way to get to the Playmaker, to verse the Playmaker. He might not be doing this so much for Soul Technology as he is to do it himself, to test his skills and go out and take on the Playmaker and see how good he really is in comparison to the man who just saved Link VRains. So we'll see what happens there, but it seems Go Onizuka is going to verse Yusaku in episodes 4 and 5, just based on the title names. We should get the episode 4 summary actually this weekend, so that'll be an interesting thing to keep an eye on. But yeah, this is an awesome cast list. When the episode 2 cast list was a little dwelled down, it'll be interesting because if there's no duel in episode 3, that means there was no duel in the first episode and no duel in the third episode. And what that tells me is they're going to spend a lot of time working on these characters, building these characters up, building the story up, building the plot up, and that this might be one of the first Yu-Gi-Ohs where they actually care about storytelling more so than selling their cards, which obviously is a major priority for them. But with Arc 5, especially in duels like when Yuri was using antique gears against Asuka, like what the hell was that about? It was pretty obvious that their number one mission was to shill cards and was to sell cards, and that's why it became such a joke, and you heard shill all the time, because it was just an absolute joke. All the Kaido duels that he got in such a short period of time to, you know, try to sell the Cypher Dragon archetype. So, you know, it just seems to me like they are working more on the storyline and the character building than the dueling itself, which is awesome, because you know the duels are going to come. I'm not worried about that. I know that was a bit of a complaint in the first episode, but the duels are going to come. We're going to get a duel in less than 24 hours. So that is really cool. That is really cool to see. And I'd imagine after Go maybe loses to Yusaku, I think Go could beat Yusaku, and I'll be rooting for Go in that duel, to be honest. Well, you know, I was going to root for Go, but now that he's working for Akira and Soul Tech just for this duel, I might not be rooting. I might not be rooting for him. But Go Onizuka is going to work for Soul to take on Playmaker, and I bet you Aoi's Aizen is going to do the same thing. We know Aoi has a connection with Akira, with her brother. I'm sure it's going to be the same way. I'm sure after Go fails, if Go fails, they are going to get Aoi to next in line, especially because Akira knows Aoi is Blue Angel. So that could be a very interesting post-Yusaku and Go dual plot line. So a lot of interesting things to talk about, guys. Cannot wait to talk to you down below. I will talk to you down below as always. Let me know what you're expecting from this episode. Let me know what you think of this whole Go Onizuka Soul Tech kind of merging going on here. And let me know any predictions you have for the next few episodes. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a great day.